Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spooky Friday the 13th. Are we experiencing some bad luck today? There it goes. So this is a new light that someone sent me. I've got one set up. They sent me two, and it was much bigger than I thought it was going to be. And another thing is a little catch with these lights, so to say, is that you need to get them to adjust the brightness and all the settings on an app. It doesn't have a remote control that comes with it that you can just use, unlike these very nice LEDs. Or the other light that I had that where the controls are just on the back of it. This one, you need an app. Now, some may ask, why would they make something so unnecessarily complicated? I think throughout time, people just want to keep on changing things to seem more high tech than they actually are. Like, even if it's a downgrade, even if it's worse by doing it that way, it seems high tech. So, ooh, so cool. There's an app for it. Wow. You know what I mean? But yeah, I couldn't get the app to work. It's got to like connect to the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi here is not very good. Oddly enough, back when I lived on a mountain, our Wi-Fi was better. For some reason, I came to New Jersey. Now the Wi-Fi sucks. What happened? What happened? This is where civilization is. Why is the Wi-Fi worse? But no, I mean, I don't know why it wasn't working, to be honest. It didn't give me an error message or anything. It wouldn't tell me why it wasn't connecting to the Wi-Fi. So I can't do anything with that. I can't fix the problem if I don't know what the problem is. It is what it is, I guess. Thanks for the donation, Aaron Redacted. It's Friday. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get this show on the road. So, this is what I got to work with for now. I can set up the other light over here. There's no table to put it on, but I can just aim it upwards. It's kind of what I'm doing with this to kind of balance out the crazy brightness of the light. But yeah. Jersey Devils chewing the internet wires. Maybe. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, it is funny that, like, if this came with a remote controller, that would actually be better than having to rely on an app to use it, especially when you need to use, like, the internet to use the app, because, like, what if the internet goes out? Well, I guess you can't use your light. I mean, I guess you have to use it on, like, this setting, which is just the base setting, if it is. Oh, yes, you're talking about the Velma show, huh? Yeah, a lot of people are talking about the Velma show. It came out, but I haven't seen the show itself. I have only seen the trailer. The trailer is pretty bad. To be fair, it's about what I was expecting from it, but a little step further. I would say it's a little bit worse than I thought it was going to be. The Velma show. So you want to just jump right into that? You want to just talk about the Velma show? We can do that, or we can just chill for a bit. Your decision, guys. I've got a giant bright light on me and purple lights behind me. The ball's in your court. Ah, man. I think everybody has been talking about that Velma show. The writing and also the Shaggy. You get the Shaggy, right? They can't, they're not going to call him Shaggy because that would be racist. Why even race swap him? Why would you even race swap that character if you're just going to take all the traits out because they're racist? Oh, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't. Mm-mm. Dumb. Anyway, Let's talk about pizza. It's fun roasting bad stuff. Hey, that's how I built this channel. Talking anime, talking about like really good anime and manga, and also talking about like super shitty American cartoons and comics. That's how I built this. We have the good and the bad, and they're just fighting each other. And you know what? The good side's winning. That may shock you, I know. All right. I guess we can talk a little bit about the Velma show. It's pretty brutal, I gotta say. They are really doubling down on the edgy jokes. And it reminds me so much of when the script was leaked for the CW Powerpuff Girls reboot. When the script was leaked for that, it's like the same atmosphere as what this Velma show is giving off. They're just trying so hard to take this children's cartoon and just add all the edge into it. And also simultaneously slam dunk on the original fans. It's actually insane. This is actually like the behavior of mentally unstable people at this point. Like, why? What's the point of taking someone's childhood cartoon and trying to just ruin it for them? What are you gaining from this? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. But whatever. Of all the shows HBO Max has been canceling, they decided not to cancel this. You think about that. I don't know if that's just because it was already mostly done. Or maybe it was like canceled. Maybe like the season was supposed to be longer and they canceled it short, but they figured since these episodes were already done, they would release them. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It is pretty funny. They're like, okay, how can we take this children's cartoon, make it more edgy, make it more edgy and more adults? Well, how do we get adults to watch this cartoon? And they came up with like the stupidest route possible for trying to get adults to watch Velma. They were like, first of all, let's take out the dog. Let's take out the main character, Scooby-Doo. Talking dogs don't exist in adults' cartoons, right? Wrong. Very, very wrong. Oh, so very, very wrong. Oh my god, there are so many adult cartoons with talking animals. Don't even get me started. And then it's not even the best of it. They're like, okay, let's include murder. Let's make this a murder mystery instead of a mystery of like finding ghosts that are actually people in disguise. Okay, that one wasn't a bad idea. Okay, mystery gang is solving murders instead. But then they want to double down on the edginess and the like. What's that one frame that they got here? Where it's like mindless violence. They find a dead body in the girls' locker room. Oh man, I gotta find it. Hang on. I got you. I got you somewhere. Where is it? Was it at the beginning? Oh, I think. Yeah, it was at the beginning. Mindless violence. And then just to make it even more like, gotta double down on the fact that she has no brain and it's all gory. So let's have the main character scream she has no brain. Twice. Come on, you gotta give me a little bit. It's such a lowbrow joke for something that's supposed to be like edgy and adult. Oh man. And people are mentioning, like, oh, well, they didn't have the guts to actually show the gore with the mindless violence over it. I think that they just did that for the YouTube trailer. But then again, I haven't watched the show. So I don't know if this is still there for the actual episode. But I think they just did that for the YouTube trailer because YouTube would not monetize with gore in it. I'm guessing here. Yeah, don't forget the blackwashing of some of the characters. I was getting there. Don't worry about that. Everyone is race swapped in Velma except Fred, who is constantly shamed. Oh yeah, he's supposed to be the jerk character, so he has to be white. You can't have two white blondes unless like one of them's got to be race swapped and his entire personality changed, and then the other one, he's got to just be like a jerk with a lot of money and a misogynist because he's white and blonde. It's pretty ironic because you would think, you know, technically aren't like blondes a minority? Don't you always talk about how you gotta protect minorities, and then you're when they're white blondes though, absolutely not. We gotta destroy them. Kill all white blonde men. That's what the writers are thinking. Yeah. Censored is YouTube only. Everyone is naked in broadcast. Of course they are. Of course. They gotta make sure you know that this show is supposed to be for adults. So they're gonna add in a bunch of gore and naked bodies. Gotta get naked. It's the only way you'll know it's for adults. You know, meanwhile, you have other adult shows where you can just tell it's adult by the writing. And not by some shallow, this is only for adult, like, bullet points. Gore, sex, violence. You know what I mean? Just adding in the bullet points. Yeah, it's brutal. Where was my list? Yeah, very reminiscent of the leaked CW Powerpuff Girls script, where it's just trying to go over the top on what was originally a kid's cartoon. Just because, I don't know. What's the thought process behind this? Did Mindy Kaling just really not like Scooby-Doo and not like people who liked Scooby-Doo? They even go as far as to make a joke in the trailer itself to make fun of people who are adults and watch cartoons. But you're making an adult cartoon. Was that supposed to make fun of people who like anime, or? Man, life did not treat her very well after she left the office. She's got to instead latch on to an IP that she doesn't like, self-insert into the show by race swapping Velma, and then just start race swapping everyone else except for Fred, because Fred's everyone's punching bag, right? Norville, gotta race swap him because we, like I said before, can't have two blonde white guys. That's no. So they made him black, and then they're like, oh no, it's a constant ongoing joke that Shaggy smokes weed, and we can't have stereotypes of black guy smoke weed or being paranoid. Can't name him Shaggy because that's also like too much of a stereotype. And then so now it's not Shaggy. What's the point? What are you doing? Just such a train wreck. No one knew what was going on with this. Everyone's confused. Anyway, Fred here has white privilege to appeal the woke crowd and hashtag BLM. Basically, yeah. Well, it's not even just for this show. Go back and like look at basically any cartoon or piece of media. Every bully jock is always the same stereotype. It's always a buff guy with blonde hair. It's just always a jock, always like a blonde. Sometimes, it'll be dirty blonde, it'll be like brown hair, maybe. But like 9 times out of 10, it's always the same stereotype. But stereotyping is okay if it's white people. It's not okay for everyone else, though. Everyone else is not white. No. It's pretty brutal. But, What's crazy, I think that an adult Scooby-Doo cartoon could work. I mean, like, you got a mystery gang together, right? There's really nothing stopping you from just making a show about the people from Scooby-Doo, the main characters from Scooby-Doo, as they already were, becoming adults and advancing the mysteries to also solving murders. It could be adult, and it could be a mature type of adult rather than this lowbrow comedy, right? Just picking the low-hanging fruit. It's like, let's make a joke about sex and drugs. Let's make a joke about the modern political talking points. Get that fruit. It could have worked. It could have worked without any of that stuff. But that's not what we're going for here. Thanks for the donation. Hi, Trisha. I can't wait for my signed copy of your new comic. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. For those of you who are wondering, yes, I got the comics have been printed for It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You. So we got that, working on putting them up on the website. So the official release is going to be February 1st. That's going to be awesome. And yes, there will be both the normal printed and the signed printed up on the website at the same time. Because I figure whenever I do the comic campaigns, I always offer the copy signed. So if I'm going to just release them straight to the website, I might as well also offer signed copies for those of you who want them. Tumblr fan fiction. Yeah, very much so. February 1st is my birthday. Well, very nice. Are you the same person on Twitter who said February 1st is my birthday? That would be crazy if it were two different people who had birthdays on February 1st. I should write your copy with a happy birthday message or something. I would have to recognize the name though, otherwise I'll just be sending it out. Make it extra special for you. Too much meta humor. Oh my god, it's all meta humor and edge. Like I said, it's just like the CW Powerpuff Girls script where they're just taking a child's cartoon and thinking, how can we make this for adults? And all they're doing is looking at the main bullet points for what makes an adult show and just shoving it in there wherever they can. It is brutal. The whole sugar and spice and everything nice. It's more like, let's see, what do they add? Race swaps and modern politics and sex and drugs, but they added one ingredient to the concoction: bad writing. And thus the reboots were born, using their ultra super cringe. Oh man, yeah, that's what it is. I gotta make a whole skit on that. That would be pretty funny. Ah, thank you for your word on the money. Yes, same person. Okay. Well, awesome. I gotta make sure I give you a nice birthday message then. If I recognize the name. If I don't and I just send out a birthday comic to some random dude, that'll be pretty funny though. That'll also be pretty funny. Worms, snails, and puppy dog tails? Yes, perhaps. Salt, butter, and everything woke. Oh man. Because growing up sucks. Well, it didn't always used to suck. Some people just like have a hard time when they're growing up, and then they just take it out on everyone else. Mm. The art is better than the writing? I'm not sure about that. I mean, if you're looking proportion wise, I don't think like all of the designs are very bad. I don't think they're all bad, but I mean, look at Daphne. Her her knees are not in the right spot. Like this is not correct. These are not correct proportions. Mindy is fine. Velma Mindy is fine because she's supposed to be short and stocky. But like, what's the excuse on Daphne here? Why does she also look like she's supposed to be designed short and stocky? Also, isn't she supposed to be the popular mean girl in this instance? Why doesn't she have better curves? Why doesn't she look hot? Why does she look like a dwarf? The proportions are all just off, you know? But yeah, it could have looked a lot worse. I'll give it that. I mean, there's a lot of adult cartoons that look like garbage. So, fair enough, I guess. Um, I already know that they're doing some sort of complicated love triangle or love octagon in this show because I've heard that much was leaked. It's like what Velma likes Daphne and Fred, even though Fred is a jerk to her. And then Norville, yeah, he likes and simps very hard for Velma. Then I assume Daphne also likes Fred. But then Velma and Daphne gotta get together and gotta be the lesb. Team lesb, am I right? Yeah. So I don't know. There's some parts of the designs that aren't bad. It could look a lot worse, like I said before. There's a lot of really bad looking adult cartoons out there, and that's such a specifically American problem. What's up with that? Why are all these American adult cartoons like trash, you know? Why aren't we doing what anime does and just making like super cool looking adult cartoons? I guess we got like the DC movies and stuff like that, or the DC animated movies. Some of those are aiming for like more adult themes, and well, I'm not saying that they're good, but you know what I mean. Design wise, they look good. Visually, they look good. And then there's like all these really shitty, just like really garbage looking American cartoons that are made for adults that I just look at and I'm like, why does the kids' cartoon look better? What's going on here? What, you think we lower our standards when we grow up? Christ. Oh, and I guess there's like Invincible too. Like basically like superhero based 2D animated cartoons usually look better than stuff like, I don't know, Family Guy or what was that one, like 8-Bit Mouse or something? It's just a lot of really crappy looking cartoons out there for adults. Well, oddly enough, there's a lot of good-looking cartoons for kids. I feel like it's a little bit off-balanced. Meanwhile, you got anime, where, like, for the most part, everything looks good. But, yeah. Super Jail still on? I have no idea. Sorry, I'm exporting a video. I'm just waiting for this to be done. 1 minute left? Took way too long. I should have never even bothered with it, honestly. Yeah, there was a good scoopful of decent American cartoons. Granted, not all of them were necessarily animated in America, but that's a whole other thing. You could argue the same thing of Japan. Not everything that comes from anime is animated actually in Japan. It is what it is. Can't do much about it now, but you know, So that's the Velma thing. I think that's probably all I have to say on it for now. I haven't seen it. It doesn't look good. I don't know if I want to really take the bullet and see it, to be honest. This is like, oof. Everyone seems to, without question, hate it already. Which is, fine. There's a lot of adult cartoons that I don't like. And it's, like I said before, it's not even like I had a problem with Scooby-Doo making a spin-off adult cartoon based on the Scooby-Doo franchise. It could have worked. If they tried, it could have worked. But that's not where we're getting here. And what do you think, guys? You think this is getting a season 2? You think they're going to keep on pumping Velma shows out? No. I think it's already canceled. To be fair, though, it has sparked enough of a reaction that they might have some attention on it. Because, the streaming sites only care about numbers. If people are hate watching this, that might be enough for them to be like, well, so many people are talking about it, and so many more people will talk about it if we give it a season 2. So yeah, let's just keep popping our money into Velma. No, I don't actually think that's what's going to happen. That would be a little bit fun. Just a little bit. A little bit funny, a little bit depressing. But I think this is done. I think that they decided before it even came out that it was going to be canceled here and there. Just think about all the other stuff that Warner Media is canceling. It's like they're canceling shit left and right. They're not going to let this thing stay alive. I think the only reason that they released it was legit only because it was mostly done already. It's the only reason I can think of. But yeah, that's that, everyone. So, other than that, how you guys been doing? Anything else you'd like to talk about on this lovely bad luck Black Friday? I suppose there isn't too much to talk about. Maybe that's part of the reason why people are talking so much about Velma. There's nothing else going on, right? I mean, think about it. This isn't the first time that they've released a super bad Velma-based Scooby-Doo thing. But Misery Incorporated. Yes. Yes. 100% on the money right there. What's your thoughts on reviewing indie comics? What does that mean? What's that question? What are my thoughts on reviewing indie comics? On indie comic reviewers? Are you asking me what my thoughts are on people who review indie comics? Need a better question. Are you asking me to review your indie comic? Is that the actual question? Yeah, I don't really. How's your comic book work going? It's going okay. You know, it's kind of. It's one of those things. I'm gonna have to redo a bunch of work because of the whole hard drive situation. But I do have the one comic that is new. I got the prints of those. I'm going to put those up on the website February 1st, which is coming up. So, yay, I'll have that pumping out while I'm working on the next project. Hopefully, I'll release or at least announce the next project by like the end of February. But this way, I'll have like new news every month or so, which is really what I want to be doing. It's like, this month I got the digital release of my new comic, and then the next month, print release, and then the next month I'll be announcing like the next comic and maybe get a campaign date on that, and so on and so forth. Yeah, gotta make sure that I keep the news coming out so that people always get something to pay attention on. Yeah. Have you been keeping an eye on this season's batch of anime? Not too much. What's coming out in the... Because usually nothing comes out in the winter that's really good, honestly. Winter 2023 anime. Alright, let's see what my anime list has to say. Vinland Saga, yeah, I already knew that. Tokyo Revengers, yep. Bunch of season 2s, don't care. I heard something about Tomo-chan as a girl, but Spy Classroom, okay. Alright. I thought about doing a review on Spy Classroom, because I did read the manga. I did kind of like a short review on Twitter about Spy Classroom. It's meh. It's very meh. It's based on a light novel, and then when they went to make a manga out of it, they were basically like the manga was announced at the same time as the anime was announced. So the manga is super rushed and kind of bad, to be honest. The like art is really sketchy and it's really hard to tell what's going on sometimes. So I think if you want the best version of Spy Classroom, you just have to watch the anime. I don't really like the translated light novels of anything. So I always prefer to read the manga, but in this case, I can't even read the manga, really. But the anime looks cool, so probably the best version of it will be the anime, if I were to take a guess. Let's see, everything else is kind of meh. Very meh, 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 meh. Oh, another anime named Revenger? No, I don't know about them. Releasing that alongside the next season of Tokyo Revengers? I don't know about that. That's a move, for sure. Blah. Meh. Meh. Also meh. Yeah, nothing really. If you want my honest opinion on the winter, it's like, not really looking forward to any of these. It's like very, I can check out some of them if you have recommendations, but there's nothing that There's nothing really that I was following that I would be interested in seeing. Everything else I wouldn't really have heard of. Thank you for another donation. If you don't mind, I'm also the one who gave you the Detective Conan suggestion for your manga anime reviews in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Post. Yeah, Detective Conan. I've seen that around. I know that Adam watched it when he was younger. I think. Maybe he was talking about a different anime. I'm not even sure. Somebody I know watched it. I think. It's an old one for sure. I might have seen like one episode of it. I don't know. It's like Detective Conan to me is like what Sailor Moon was to me, where like a lot of people have nostalgia for it, but when I try to go back and watch it, go back, right? When I try to watch it in modern day, I'm not getting that nostalgia feel, so I'm just like judging it for what it is, and it's a little bit hard. Spy Classroom seems interesting as an anime. Well, it would have to be better than the manga, that's for sure. At the very least, they can like actually show me what's supposed to be going on in the fucking scene. Urumikun, is that new for this winter season? I didn't see it on the list. Maybe it's all the way down at the bottom for TV continuing. My anime list has like the weirdest fucking way of organizing which anime is coming out next. I do like Iruma-kun. Geez. I'm not caught up with the manga. I was keeping up with it, but I completely forgot until you like mentioned it right now. I gotta look at what I've been missing. It wasn't updating for the longest time though. No, I don't see it on the list. I don't see it anywhere. Oh well. Maybe it's the next season. Because this is winter season. It's coming out now. Oh, Blue Lock is coming out. That's continuing. I know people really like Blue Lock. That's on this list too. Oh well. Did you hear of Trogdor the Burninator, the famous Homestar dragon? It's turning 20. Have no idea what you're talking about. No clue. Famous internet thing back in the day, you know. I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. Have I been taking my calories? What does that mean? Alright, so far the anime that kind of got my interest are the Nier Automata anime, Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Ayakashi Triangle, Tomo-chan is a Girl, and Onimai. Okay. I kind of get the Automata anime just because like that's based on the game, right? So a lot of people are super interested in seeing that adapted. But, you know, I don't have any connection to that game, so it's just don't watch the Automata anime if you're interested in playing the game. It's straight up the game story. Yeah. I kind of figured as much. Oop. Sorry. I gotta keep readjusting because I sit on my feet. I have to. It's just a thing I gotta do. No, I'm not drinking vodka. It's sparkling water from Italy. Learn your stuff. It does look good. It looks very well animated. I'll give it that. even though I personally have no connection to it, I'm sure that it's decent. Let's see. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. I've seen this around so many times. It's on the app. What is it? The Suecia app? Or no, Manga Plus, I think. Yeah, Manga Plus, I think it's on. And it was constantly just being advertised. And I think I read one chapter of it and it was super forgettable. I just couldn't, I can't remember a single thing about it. And so I never went back to it because I forgot it even existed. So it's hard to be hyped about that either. Because, you know, it's like, well, can't even remember it. Oh, the angel next door spoils me rotten. I think I've seen something about that also. But once again, I guess you gotta look into it. Let's see what's coming in spring 2023. If I recognize any more stuff from there. More Dr. Stone, more Konosuba. I'm sure Adam will be psyched about that. Oh my. I guess I should be showing my screen, shouldn't I? Instead of just looking at it by myself. Sometimes I forget that I'm even streaming. It's like I'm just on a phone with someone. Oh, Galaxy Next Door. I am so shocked this got an anime, honestly. I read the first volume, and it is so basic bitch romance. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, it's not bad. It's just like, it feels like I'm reading the author's fantasy, where like he gets an alien girlfriend, you know? Because the main character is actually a mangaka, and she's like so bland and generic. There's nothing really that fantastic about the girl character. She just likes him because well, I don't know. I don't even know why he would like her. She's just so like, she's one of those deadpan characters, I guess. I guess it's a trope that she's a deadpan character. Legendary hero is dead. Oh no. Oh, crazy plot twist. There's like, I swear, whenever I'm looking at the list of new anime coming out, it's like 90% isekai, isn't it? I don't blame you. Isekai is, you know, that's the easy way to get teenagers' attention, is just put an isekai twist on it. But come on. There's got to be the next big thing out there somewhere that isn't isekai. You got to find another genre at some point. And 2023 summer, Jujutsu Kaisen. Nah. So they still have a lot of stuff to announce for later on in the year, of course. But I don't know. There's nothing that I would be particularly overly hyped about that's been announced so far. Ugh. You think you might review any Rippaverse comics? I don't know, honestly. I don't know if any of them really pique my personal interest. And if I'm just reading something for the like fame of the comic and not because I'm actually interested in it, I'll probably just disappoint people with having a bland review. You know what I mean? There's always a couple of isekai per season, it seems. Yeah, they really double down on the isekai stuff. And I get it. There's a lot of cool things you can do with isekai stories, but they always seem to do the same exact thing over and over again. It's like, I was reincarnated and now I'm super strong. And all these girls love me. It's like, okay, all right, I get it. It's just the same thing over and over. Come up with a different plot. I don't even mind the fact that it's an isekai every time. Just come up with a different plot. Just have some different hook on it. Come on. Come on. That's all I'm asking. Did you hear about Phoebe's Unicorn Castle? No, don't know anything about that. Isekai animes are the cartoon equivalent of Family Guy ripoffs. You mean the Simpsons ripoffs? Sitcoms, but as an adult cartoon? Crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, to some extent, I agree. I get it when you're like trying to make something with the same, maybe not outline, like same environment, same genre feel. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that per se. But you have to do something different with it. You have to make it your own. You can't just rely on the same tropes and all that nonsense. But you know. Well, how much time do we got on this? We got like another 14 minutes or so. Okay. What else is there to talk about in another 14 minutes or so? I can talk to you guys about my life. My life is fun. Maybe we'll stream some games tonight on the Dannphan's channel, which is in the description if you're not subscribed to that. But yeah, the big news, I guess, is just that the print copies, It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You, my new comic, is finally printed, and we're just getting ready to release it February 1st. I'll also have a few new original sketch cards with those characters. Put those on the website. If you are interested in, of course, having some original art for that comic. And then, yeah, after that, I gotta just focus on the next project and kind of focus on the next Sonic City Witch issue as well, because that's something that's also happening in the background. And yeah, I did lose those files too when the hard drive exploded. So I don't know what I'm going to do for that, because it's not a huge emergency that I have lost the files. It's only bad because I was planning on printing it. That's the only bad part about it. So then I would have to redo a bunch of work for Sonic City Witch as well, which is partially the reason why it's going to be delayed. So, thank you for another donation. On the Detective Conan topic, I've only heard and seen it very recently, and it's genuinely entertaining and funny. If you can, please give it another look. Okay. Sure thing. I am rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I'm not joking when I say this. I'm rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! With my boyfriend. He unironically looked at me and said that he wanted to rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the only parts of Yu-Gi-Oh! That he really remembered were the Duelist Kingdom parts, which were like, when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was booming, right? Duelist Kingdom parts. And after that, it's just kind of like riding off the coattails. Not that it gets worse. It doesn't necessarily get worse from there, but you know what I mean. So me and Adam are rewatching that, and it is pretty fun, honestly, to rewatch that anime. There's so much stuff that I can appreciate a lot more being a full-grown adult. And it's also funny because there's so much stuff that I don't remember. It was really hard to watch all the episodes, just all the episodes in general. Sometimes they wouldn't show them in order, or sometimes, the episode in order would start like really early in the morning and you'd miss it, and then you'd have to like catch up. And then there were just entire arcs that they didn't air as much as the other arcs. I don't know why, but I had so much trouble watching or finding the last season of Yu-Gi-Oh! I kind of knew how it ended, but it was just never on TV. The last season was like the least aired season. But I always saw the filler arcs. The filler arcs were always airing all the time. But that last season, weren't selling enough trading cards for that one, so I guess they don't show that one as much. Yes, Draw Monster Cardo. Yes, that is actually the season that we're watching. It's that exact season that we're on right now. I'm just getting to the end of it. And damn straight, yes, we are watching the 4Kids dub because it's awesome. I don't care about the censorship. The censorships make it funnier. And you know what? It's kind of convincing me, like, comparing 4Kids censorship with some of the stuff that Funimation has been censoring lately, it's actually making me appreciate 4Kids a lot more. Because at least when they censor stuff, it was funny. But when Funimation censors stuff, it's just because of some, like, politics that they want to shoehorn in. You know what I mean? But no, it's actually genuinely fun rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. I'm having a fucking blast. Like, there are some good ideas in there. There's also some, like, terrible fucking writing in there. And not just talking about the 4Kids censorship, but, like, some writing that just, on its own, is just bad. Like, this one episode, and I think this is actually kind of famous for being a really bad episode. So, you know, take that as you will. But there is one episode of fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Where, like, the whole beginning, we're having Yugi think to himself, oh man, gotta protect the Millennium Puzzle, so I put it on this chain so people won't be able to, like, yank it off of me or anything. This chain will, like, secure it or some shit. And then he's, like, walking with Taya, and there's just some hooded stranger on the street, like, I'm gonna read your fortune. And then without hesitation, he goes up and he's like, you can read my fortune? Are you gonna do that? He's like, I need your Millennium Puzzle to read your fortune. He just gives it to him. Like, what the? You were thinking to yourself, oh man, I gotta protect this Millennium Puzzle, and you just give it to a stranger. What did you think was gonna happen? This motherfucker. It's so dumb. It's just bad writing, and there's no excuse for it. But then even after that, after this guy steals his Millennium Puzzle, he instead of just taking it and then getting out of there, he, like, just puts it on a hook and says, duel me for it. It's like, what? You already have it. You already got it. What do you mean duel you for it? What am I supposed to do? Yeah, it's just like he gave the Exodia cards to Weevil. To be fair, that is a super psycho shit what Weevil did. I'm shocked that, like, let's be honest, if Weevil threw my Exodia cards out into the fucking ocean, he would be dead. I would have beat him to death. You don't see Weevil trying that shit with Bandit Keith, because you know he's got a gun in there. You know he's packing. The real lesson of that is that he should wield a gun. You gotta carry. This is why you gotta. Oh fuck. Yeah, Adam was talking about that. He was like, if Weevil threw my Exodia out into the ocean, I would toss him out the ocean, pick up the ladder and say, no, you're not getting back on this boat until you get all 5 of those cards. And he would drown. Oh, man. Yeah, shit's brutal. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah. There are some, like, there's good stuff in there, too. It's not all bad. And even the 4Kids stuff is not all bad. So it's just one of those shows where it's like, you know, you take it for what it is. It's still enjoyable. It's still hilarious, and it's entertaining. I gotta give it to them. It's entertaining. I don't know, you know, as I'm growing up and, you know, I'm thinking about having kids in the future, I'm now, whenever I watch anything that's aimed towards kids, I got to think to myself, is this something that I would show my future kids? To be honest, I have no idea if I would want my kids to watch Yu-Gi-Oh, just because it's like kind of pro gambly, and especially the Yu-Gi-Oh games based on it, they lean on the pro gambly side of it, there with all the microtransactions and everything. And I feel like that's so predatory towards children. At the same time, you know, just because you watch a kind of pro gambly show, does that actually mean that you grow up to be a gambler? No, but it doesn't help. I remember, yeah, there were definitely points in my childhood where I thought that I was going to make it big by gambling. Wonder how that got in my head, but it wasn't just Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, obviously, in PA in general is just like not very good with the gambly stuff. Um, my dad like always got one of those scratch cards whenever he went out grocery shopping. It's not good. But yeah, so like the very first email I ever got as a kid, I was always signing up for those things that told me I won. It's not good. It's definitely not good to massage that into a child's brain, you know. But yeah. So, you know, it's kind of that half and half thing where I'm like, well, Yu-Gi-Oh's fun. It's a fun show. And obviously kids would enjoy it for a reason. And if my, you know, if my future kids really liked Yu-Gi-Oh and really wanted all the cards, I would bend over backwards to make sure that they get those cards. But I just don't want them to have a gambly brain. That's the real thing. That's the real problem, right? I don't mind buying them the toys or the cards or anything. That's fine. It's just what it teaches in the head that's no good. Would you let your kids play Fortnite? Absolutely not. No Fortnite. Didn't Fortnite get like super sued for the fucking loot box gear aiming toward kids thing? There was something about that. Maybe it wasn't Fortnite. Maybe it was something else. But yeah, I wouldn't let them play Roblox either. Fuck Roblox. I know actual adults who have accidentally spent money on Roblox. It's crazy. So predatory. I don't like it. But yeah. Super sued. Yeah, exactly. You can tell that I don't really know 100% what I'm talking about when I mention these types of things. I hear like vague stuff, and then I just start listing the vague stuff that I heard. Like, wait, didn't this happen? But yeah, microtransactions. I probably, if I'm being honest here, I probably wouldn't want my kids to play anything with microtransactions in it. Especially if those transactions are not very micro. Like a dragon in Roblox for like $50. Jesus Christ. No, thank you. That's not good. Anyway, we're getting to the end of the stream, everyone. So it looks like I'll have to say goodnight to you all. Like I said, I might, still wondering, still kind of about this. I might stream on Dannphan, which is the gaming channel with me and Adam. It's in the description if you're curious. It's in every description, except for like, I guess, the super old videos. Oh, you know what we should do? We should make a stream where we watch my old videos. I've been thinking about doing that for a while now. I think it would be a really funny stream if like you get the Dannphan commentary on some of these super old cringy videos. Yes, that's what we should do. Maybe next Friday. I think that would be fun. Yeah. I have so many cringy videos out there. It's good shit. But yeah, I don't know if I will be. I probably might try to do a quick stream on the Game Fans channel. I have to wake up early tomorrow because I got a double date. Woo! It's so rare I get outside and like do things for fun. So that's gonna, yeah. And so yeah, if I do stream on the Game Fans channel, it's probably gonna have to be a short stream. But I got as a gift from a friend, sent me the new One Piece Odyssey game. Maybe I could stream that, or maybe I could stream something a little bit more chill. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we should be listing polls on the Game Fans channel so that you guys can decide which game we play. That's a thought. All right, guys. I've been talking for too long. Good night, everyone. Have a great Friday, despite it being Friday the 13th. Hope you have the bestest of luck. I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.